What's up, citizens? It's the guy who tags his videos as funny. And today we'll be delving into much deeper fields of computer. And by that I mean we won't be continuing progress on our legendary game about the power of friendship and verbal reconciliation. Instead we'll be learning C++.
What the fuck?
So I made a f***ing math formula for you. What is C++, you might ask? Well, C++ is a low-level programming language used for making software, web applications like the one you are currently watching this video on, and embedded systems, like for example a targeting computer inside a, I don't know, intercontinental ballistic missile. But most importantly, C++ is used in making games. Thankfully, C++ has very user-friendly syntax and an advanced garbage collector, so you don't need to worry about allocating your program's memory by yourself. Here's what I would be saying if C++ was a beta language made for the Wii. See, in programming languages, the larger toll your coding language takes on your mental health, the better. One of the more known features of C++ is its syntax. To put it lightly, C++ has a vocabulary. Help me, the simple hello world is linked. C++ is known for its extensive and hard syntax. Want to write a simple program that calculates two inputs together? Sure can do. It'll only leave you pleading for a refreshing 12-gauge treatment. And here's what the same program looks like in Python. Yep. The lengthy and complicated syntax also makes C++ very prone to syntax errors, which doesn't get helped by the fact that in C++ we don't go missing asterisks here, we go. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if learning C++ was classified as one of CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques. Though there is a redeeming quality of C. The thing is, C++ is fast. Very fast. Really makes you reconsider transporting your mental health into the shadow realm. But without further ado, here's how I taught myself C++. Naturally, the first thing I learned about was the syntax for input and output. Printing messages to the console uses a function named cout, which requires the utilization of the centered namespace, brilliantly named std, since in my opinion that is a very fitting name for something related to C++. But if you want to be special and quirky, you can always use scanf and printf from the stdio library. Next I learned about arrays, loops, and if statements. Arrays are just variables that can store more than one value, though I soon learned about the better and more attractive brother of arrays, vectors. Oh yeah! Functions let you define a set of orders, which you can later on call whenever you need. After that, I learned a bunch more about random functions and the libraries. Like for example, the commodities, a simple Windows.h header will force your program. And enumeration, which lets you make data types of named constants. I use it to shorten my code, which is kind of funny. Then I learned about things like takes character, turns into capital. Say about opposite, store stuff, no duplicates. Scene, but for a Sigma males. However, the most useful function I found was random from the random library. It gives you the opportunity to generate random numbers, which is immensely powerful if you have the right mindset. Here's a program that has a 27% chance of turning off your computer upon opening it. I know, very useful. Lastly, I learned about the power of OOP, aka
I am Optimus.
object-oriented programming, which includes stuff like classes and methods, which afford a myriad of ways to make killing make your code cleaner and more comprehensible. Nothing personal, of course. With a solid grasp on the basics, I did a lot of coding problems, which were based around iteration, vectors, and sets. Some were harder, some were easier. But doing them proved a good move, since now C++ syntax has been quite literally engraved into my smooth meat computer, aka my brain. I decided to make something fabulous with the skills I had acquired. A funny story simulator about gladiators that is based around randomly generated sentences. The game takes 4 names, gives them stats, and simulates a battle consisting of rounds in which they attack each other and deal damage based on their strength. But the most fun part of the game is the random sentence generation, which works by generating a verb, adjective, and an object from a predefined arrays of words. And when someone dies or wins the game, there's a catalog of cool descriptions from which they get applied. Amidst the echoes of the battlefield, Jack emerged as the prevailing force, their skill and valor unmatched on the battlefield. What makes the game really fun is after watching a few blows get traded between Jamie and Jonathan, all of a sudden, reading Matt ravenously obliterated Jack's teeth. Jamie laughed. Matt collapsed on his knees, roared in distress, their voice a raw expression of their shattered willpower. Jamie felt a wave of despair wash over as the pain kicked in. I think I made my point now. Though sometimes this variable system might generate something silly, like for example, Michael was amused. And he fucking died. Doing all of this chicanery, I spent a considerable amount of time debugging bugs and errors in the code, which I have to admit is quite comparable to getting teeth removed with pliers and no anesthetics. Additionally, asking for help with your code is like searching for a needle in a haystack made out of needles. Since every C++ user is quite comparable to a hostile sharp metal object. All I'm saying is that there's a reason why other languages have cute mascots and the official mascot of C++ is an obese, diseased, fucking ugly rat named Keith. Why hello there. Oh, you're still wondering what algorithms and math are for? Well, they sound funny. For the sake of a better grasp on algorithms, let me introduce you to the magnificent world of array sorting. Say we have 10 numbers in a random order that we must sort. Here are some algorithms that can do that.
Hello, I'm Bubbles. I repeat going from start to end, and if the next guy is more than the current one, I swap them. People say I'm slow, but I like to think of myself as unhurried.
Time complexity, which is often notated with the big O notation, describes how the execution time of an algorithm scales with the input size. Hello, my name's Merchort. I'm the icon of divide and conquer. I broke the array down into parts, sort of like the golem from the hit game Clash Royale, when you strike it down with an ICBM. I'm quite fast for my time complexity. Well, if it ain't the sussy array, I am Quicksort of the sorting algorithms. You could say I'm a pivotal member of my family. My time complexity is also Owen Logan, so in that, my name's quite exact. So it's funny because it rhymes. But these sorting algorithms pale in comparison to the divine and purest one that has earned itself the most notorious and angelic name of all sorting algorithms, Bogosort. Greetings, I am Bogosort. I am the most powerful, if not God himself. For in randomness lies free will given by God. Bogosort arranges the elements randomly and checks whether the array is sorted. It's actually the worst sorting algorithm with an astronomical chance of being the best, but it's basically gambling, so I support it.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it!
Now armed with the knowledge of what an algorithm is, we can investigate their uses other than sorting.
For which you can just use sort in C++.
Searching, quite self-explanatory. Let's say you have to write a program that finds the closest values from a given sorted array to given secondary values. You might write an algorithm that iterates from the beginning to end and checks whether each value is closer than the best candidate so far. You've done it! You have created your own searching algorithm and it's called linear search. Seems like a great solution to our problem. Everyone's happy and celebrating this innovative search algorithm, but someone opens the door. Who is it? It's binary search. Turns out that searching for a value by iterating linearly is like performing brain surgery with a jackhammer. That's where I learned about binary search. Linear search has time complexity of O n, whereas binary search has time complexity of O log n. In binary search, we have three indices: beginning, middle, and end. We calculate the middle index with this. Gamers do this one. All my homies hate getting assaulted by numeric overflow. After finding the middle index, we compare the value there to the target. If the compared value is smaller than the target, we move the ending index to the middle. And repeat. If not, then we move the beginning index to the middle. Very simple. Though I swear every time I utilize binary search,
I forget to add this little offset, which is annoying.
That's the basics of C++. I'm decently happy with my current knowledge of C++. No, what the fuck is a pointer? But it's not yet time I dive further into this emotionally draining, life-forsaking, and mentally taxing awful language. I do not recommend learning C++ unless you actually make your stuff. God had no hand in the creation of C++. This whole learning experience has been constant torture and utter suffering. And I fucking love it.